What's up, everybody? You got Tone here, bringing you my Major Pokemon League Season 5 Week Number 6 battle. This week we are taking on Keegan, coach of the Maritime Mantines. I do apologize on how late this battle is going up. We were supposed to battle sometime last week, but some stuff kept coming up for the both of us, and just to simplify matters, we decided for this week to play on Showdown, just because I had my Team Gen ready to go, and Keegan had a hard time finding someone to get his Monge Gen, so we figured just play on Showdown, get the battle over with, because we were already behind time in terms of the battle, and we didn't want to put it off any longer. So here we are on Showdown. Hopefully this won't happen as often as I'd like, but we're past the midway point of the season. We're currently 2-3 with a -1 differential, coming off of a tough loss against Frieslander and the Rongancer Raptors, and Keegan is currently 3-2 with a +2 differential, and he has a very threatening team of his own. So quickly run down his potential team of 10 Pokemon. 11 Pokemon, excuse me. His team consists of Landorus, Therian, Volcarona, Mega Medicham, Shaman, Suicune, Mandibuzz, Bronzong, Licky, Aromatisse, Druddigon, and Whirlipede, with his Super Zmon user being Landorus Therian and his offensive Zmon user being the Volcarona. So the first thing to notice about his team is very, very slow. As his fastest Pokemon are those base 100s, being the Mega Medicham, Volcarona, and Shaman, and everything else is just like Lando-T and everything below that. So I didn't really feel compelled in terms of trying to outspeed certain stuff, but at the same time there were a lot of threats to his team regardless of how low his speed tiers are. Mainly Mega Medicham, Volcarona, and Lando-T were the three main Pokemon I was worried about heading into this matchup. To the point where I kinda prepped a little bit heavily for Lando-T, although as you see he didn't even bring Lando-T, so that's a relief for me. Volcarona plus Mega Medicham is still a pain in the behind to deal with, so I had to really plan accordingly, and I couldn't bring any real defensive checks, because anything I bring physically defensive can just be 2 KO by either one of its coverage moves or one of its stab moves. So I figured, forget trying to go defensive. I know how to have a switch in the Mega Medicham, so I decided to go more on the offensive and keep the momentum going with my team. So, with that being said, I'm going to run down the team that I decided to bring in this particular matchup. First up, we have the debut of the newly acquired Jolteon. We have Edison. Our Jolteon, we dropped Machamp to pick up Jolteon, and this is Quick Feet Flame Orb Jolteon with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ice, and Signal Beam. Because of how slow his team is, I'm freely able to run Modest. I don't need Voltozord because the only Pokemon on this team that's going to be I could bring electric coverage is Thunder Punch, Mega Medicham, and that would only hit Primarina, which already gets destroyed by Zen Headbutt, so it didn't really make sense to bring Voltozord. And Quick Feet Flame Orb is just nice to have some way of outspeeding his Scarfers. So we have Jolteon with Modest Nature, Max Special Attack, enough speed for his base 100s, and the rest is put into HP. So this is my way of outspeeding Scarf Landorus, +1 Volcarona, stuff like that. Next up, we have a Sharpbeak, Tornadus Therian, Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-Turn, and Taunt. Again, with enough speed for the base 100s. Mostly a bulky Tornadus Therian, as I want to have something that can take a hit from a +1 Volcarona if need be, and Hurricane can still do a good chunk, I think in one shot if he's below half, so something to take into consideration there. Then we have a Calm Mind, Roost, Psyshock, Ice Beam, Psychinium Z, Latios. Again, enough speed for its base 100s. Psyshock over Psychic because it does more damage to stuff like Suicune and the Volcarona. And Psyche MZ can just destroy his special walls like Aromatisse, Licky Licky after I get a few Calm Mind boosts under my belt. Then we have a mixed defensive Arcanine with Toxic Roar, Morning Sun Flamethrower with 252 HP, 108 defense, 148 special defense with a Bold Nature. And I believe this investment to take two hidden power grounds from Volcarona with my investment, if I recall correctly. This is just my way of preventing Volcarona from setting up in my face. I was kind of debating between Intimidate and Flash Fire, but while Flash Fire would have been nice to Volcarona, Intimidate was a little bit more helpful because Mega Medicham was more pressing for my team, and the rest of my team could pretty much check Volcarona if I don't let it set up. Then we have a physically defensive Shuckleberry Nidoqueen with Stealth Rock, Roar, Thunderbolt, and Ice Beam with max HP, enough speed for uninvested Suicune, and the rest is put into the defense with a Bold Nature. It's just my way of just trying to check other physical attackers not named Mega Medicham. So mainly it checks like Druddigon, but mainly this is my response for his Landorus Therian. Thunderbolt hits the Suicune before it can set up a Calm Mind or whatnot. And lastly, we have the debut of our Mega Scizor, Just Too Sweet, with Hidden Power Ice, U-Turn, Bullet Punch, and Roost, with, again, a similar EV Spirit to Nidoqueen with max HP, enough speed for uninvested Suicune, and the rest is put into defense so I can take on Landorus Therian if my Nidoqueen gets too weakened. So you see the team decides to bring this matchup. He brings Whirlipede, Volcarona, Mega Medicham, Licky Licky, Shaman, and the Druddigon. So right away I see he brought Whirlipede, so I'm like, okay, he's going to hazard stack me. Makes sense. While I do have potential hazard removers in Latios and Mega Scizor, it's very highly likely that I will not bring them as defoggers. I hardly brought them as hazard removers at all this season, so him trying to hazard stack me isn't really a surprise here. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to lead off with my Tornadus because it has the best matchup against most of his team. I can pretty much click Hurricane against freely against 5 of the 6 Pokemon. Druddigon to an extent, but if Druddigon has like Glare, then I'll lose my speed edge, so I have to be very, very cautious of that. At the same time, I can click Taunt on Druddigon to prevent it from going up for rocks. So I'm going to leave with my Tornadus like I said, and as you're going to see as we start the replay here, we're going to leave with a Shaman. So I decided instead of going for a Hurricane, I was going to go for a Taunt here. I think it goes hard Licky Licky here. I can't taunt it because he's oblivious, so now I'm going to fire off a U-turn. And here I'm going to go out into my Nidoqueen here and figure it's a good opportunity to get my rocks. Sorry about that, so he goes for a Wish. So I get my rocks this turn, and he's going to reveal he's going for a Swords Dance. So now I'm like, okay, now I can't let him set up. So I'm going to click fire off a Roar as he gets his Wish. He gets a little greedy, he goes for another Swords Dance thing, and I can't touch him. So I roar him out. And it goes over to his Whirlipede. I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. I'm going to click Roar again as he gets the Layer of Spikes. I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. Totally fine. I'm going to roar out to a Shaman again. And now I'm going to roar one more time as he goes for the Earth Power. Either Shuckleberry, don't really need it because he didn't bring Landorus. So I'm going to roar again. And this time I get him back into Volcarona, which is great. As he goes for a Psychic here, I want to roar him out one more time. He kind of messed up as you saw. As you saw, Volcarona took 50% exactly from the Stealth Rock. He said it was a miss. He mis-EV'd his Volcarona, so it can't switch in on Stealth Rock anymore. And as you see by his team, he did not bring any of his hazard remover, no Mandibuzz or anything of the sort in terms of getting rid of hazards. So the next time Volcarona comes in, it will die to Stealth Rock. So it's essentially 6v5 at this point. So I figured I'm gonna go for I'm gonna try to go for Roar. I could roar again as I get the Licky Licky, but at the same time, seeing that my Nidoqueen's about to die because it dies on re-entry to because of the layer of spikes here, I'm gonna click Thunderbolt this turn on the off chance he goes into Medicham or something. But he decides to go into Whirlipede here, which is great for me because while it doesn't do anything, this Whirlipede isn't really gonna do much to my team. And what this allows me to do is this allows me to go directly into my Latios Cause I'm thinking this can't touch me as he goes for a protect. I'm like, okay, go ahead and protect. You get a speed boost. I'm gonna get up a Calm Mind here. Get the +1 as he's gonna go for the poison jab and do some damage. I wasn't expecting poison jab, let alone Whirlipede. So now he's outspeeding me at +2 speed. I'm gonna run another Calm Mind here, and now I'm gonna roost up this turn, try to get to as high as health as possible. So I'm gonna roost here as he goes for another poison jab, trying to keep myself healthy. He's now at +4 speed, goes for another poison jab, and now I'm gonna click Side Shock here just because I don't want to play any games. I don't want to potentially risk getting poisoned and being put on a timer here. So now I'm gonna go. He's gonna go onto a Jordagun after taking out the Whirlipede. And now the way he's in out Jordagun, this thing is screaming to me that this might be Sucker Punch. So on the off chance he is Sucker Punch, I'm gonna click Roost, and sure enough, he did have a Sucker Punch, and he fails. I go for my Roost here. Not trying to play with Sucker Punch games. I'm gonna click Ice Beam, and I get a crit. I'm pretty sure the crit didn't matter. I'm at +2. I'm at +2 special attack here. He revealed afterwards he wasn't AV. I kind of figured he wouldn't be AV because it's the only Pokemon that he brought with access to Stealth Rock, and Stealth Rock really hinders my team. So now we send out the Licky Licky, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm at +2 special attack here. Do I want to burn my Z move here? And I figured it'd be in my best interest to do so because the Psychinium Z was mainly here to deal with Suicune, but he didn't bring Suicune. And even if he clicks Protect here, I get damage off of his Licky Licky to put it in range. So basically what I did was I went for the Z move here because even if he clicked Protect, which I don't think he revealed. I know he revealed Wish and Swords Dance. I don't know if he had Protect. He could be, he could have. But if he had Protect, he'd still be taking some damage because Protect doesn't protect against the Z move. And the combination of his a +2 Shatter Psyche into +2 Side Shock would have taken out the Licky Licky regardless. So this was a free opportunity for me to fire off my Shattered Psyche here that popped the Z move. We go for a Shattered Psyche, he doesn't go for the Protect, so he probably didn't have it. Down goes Licky Licky. It cuts the Mega Medicham. I know I take a Fake Out, I'm at full HP. He's gonna go for the Fake Out here, do a good 30% of damage. But it doesn't really have anything to switch out into a Side Shock, so Mega Man is going to drop. In comes to Shame and take the Stealth Rock damage. I'm going to fire off an Ice Beam here. He's not Scarf. Almost take it out. If you go for a Dazzling Gleam, we're going to live. So we kill it with the next Side Shock here, and then down goes the Shaman, and then Volcarona's going to drop to the Stealth Rock damage, and we're going to pick up a 6-0 win over the Maritime Mantines. So I'm not gonna lie, this was a lot quicker than I thought. Good game to Keegan. I know you brought, I know you felt a little bit rushed, but he said it was totally on him in terms of like him mis-EVing the Volcarona and whatnot. And he said this set kind of just blew him back in the first place. But still, Calm Mind Latios putting a lot of pressure against his team, a lot more pressure than I thought he would. Really caught me off guard that he brought the Whirlipede in this case. Like I said earlier, it made sense that he brought Whirlipede because other people in previous games has brought Hazard Sack against my team, and it did work out to an extent. So I had to play a lot more aggressively than I wanted to with my my strategy, but it did work out a lot better. Latios picking up 5 kills. Giving it 9, leading the team in kills, and Nidoqueen picked up a kill on the Stealth Rock from Volcarona. So, yeah, good game to Keegan. I know that he really didn't expect the game to go like this, considering the last time we played in the MPL Myers, there was a lot of hacks. So, I really want to call this like a justified win, because I didn't want to win in this fashion. Although there really wasn't much hacks, but the way the game went out kind of led it more into my favor. So yeah. So that's going to be the battle for week number 6 of the Major Pokemon League. We're now back to even, 3-3 with a +5 differential now. And we're trying to close out the last 3 weeks of the season before the playoffs start, and hopefully we will be a part of it. So for week number 7, we will be taking on Gregulator. coach of the Los Angeles Club Fable. We played him in season 4 of the MPL, and we came away with a loss. So there's a little bit of trying to get a little bit of a payback, but at the same time trying to have a little fun with this league. So if you guys did enjoy the battle, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Also feel free to check out the rest of the coaches in the major Pokemon League. And for that, I'm going to get the heck out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, guys, my name is Anthony, aka Tone, and I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Later!